Hi everyone. In this session, let's discuss about the Scrum reports. One of the Scrum report is velocity, which is very important. See, the velocity is very important and the communication will happen like this. Product owner will ask the team, hey, what is the velocity of your team? How much velocity you can take for each sprint? This is how the discussion will happen. So basically velocity is nothing but how much task, how much work can be completed by the development team within the sprint. And this velocity can be taken from your previous sprints, and your velocity can be calculated based on your previous sprints. Let me give you an example. Say for example, now we are having one sprint, and then our development team delivered 3 user stories, and then we already know that for each user story you will be having your story points, and just assume that the sum of story points for this 3 user stories is 30, meaning our velocity is 30. That means for sprint 30 story points can be delivered. So our team, our development team is capable to deliver 30 points by the end of the sprint. So based on this you can plan your next sprints. So say for example, in the sprint 2, like our team delivered 40 story points. If you deliver 40 story points, then what is our velocity? So velocity will be always average. In the first sprint we delivered 30, but in the second sprint we delivered 40 story points. So the average velocity of our team is 35 story points. That means our team can deliver up to 35 story points for one sprint. This is how the velocity will be calculated. But velocity will be really helpful for the team, especially in the agile environment. Velocity helps how much scope can be delivered by a specific date, because now you are, say for example, you are having 10 user stories and all the user stories assigned with story points, and by seeing that story points you can give the specific date when exactly you can deliver all the stories to the client. Because now say for example all the 10 stories and the total number of story points you are getting 70. What do you mean by that? That means development team required 2 sprints to complete all the 10 stories. So that you can come up with one specific date when exactly you can release that application to the production, and when you can showcase that application to your client. You can get to know the specific date, and also you can predict when I can deliver my application, because now you have the story points, you know the velocity, and based on your story points, and you can deliver that application. You can implement that application based on your velocity. With that you can get to know what is the release date for your application. Okay, and also it will help you to plan for the future sprints. So currently we are in the sprint 3 and we are going to the sprint 4, and in sprint 3 we achieved, say for example, 35 story points. So during your sprint 4 you have to make sure that you are planning for your 35 story points, because if you are planning for more, so it may not achieve, because your team is capable to complete 35 story points only. This velocity will help you not only with your current sprint, and also you can plan for your future sprints, which in turn help you in deciding the release date for your application. So this is how the velocity report looks. If you see here, this is one of the velocity report for my release. So my release is having 4 sprints, and if you see that sprint 1 commitment is 40 story points, but what you achieved 37. Sprint 2 you plan for 53 story points, the achievement is 47. Sprint 3 you plan for 56 story points, but you achieved 50. And sprint 4, you planned for 57 story points, but the completion of your story points is 57. Based on this, what is the average velocity of your team? What you can do is 37, 47, 50 plus 57 by 4. That is nothing but the average velocity of your team. Thus, this velocity will help in further planning of your releases. Thank you all.